Yes. I think you want to play.
Oh, no, that's too much. Never do that again. All right, we're going to get started in about 3 minutes. So I will say that this is also the final warning to my officers who normally sit around me up here. I am recently recovered from my second bout of COVID, and my wife also is fighting it currently. So if you want to sit in the audience, I will not judge you, but I will take this mask off as soon as I actually start to speak.
No, we will never offend you. We get everybody turn down their cell phone.
Country, is that your cell phone? No, okay.
Sorry.
All right, just a couple of minutes. All right, so we're going by the bingo clock because I'm not wearing my watch, which ruins my day.
7:50.
And no, it just really, anyone else here, like you get halfway through your day and you realize you don't have your watch on, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life now. I was driving here today and I went like, shit, I got nothing.
You look at the freckles on your forearm.
Oh, my phone, right, yeah, 2 hairs past a freckle.
Eastern elbow time.
You got
Who said Eastern elbow time? That was nice. Francis is still squealing just a bit.
Is it?
It is.
I like it on the edge.
You do, on the edge. You like it on the edge.
I've heard that about you.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Here we go. Captain of the Color Guard, please advance and post the colors of our nation. Hand salute.
Color guard. Hope. Right face. Post. Colors. Present arm.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready, 2. Left face. Forward march.
All right, y'all are tiny. I can't see you around the corner. So we're gonna call that good. Thank you. Post chaplain, Stan, you wanna come up and give us a prayer? Please uncover.
Heavenly Father, we come to you again tonight to give you thanks for all the blessings that you bestowed on this post. We ask that you be with our officers tonight to make good, sound decisions and to guide us through this meeting. We will come again at the end of this meeting to give you thanks. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Please recover. Please join me now in reciting the American Legion preamble. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate a 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in all wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the autocracy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness. Please be seated. I now declare American Legion Post 233, Department of Georgia, regularly convened. Post Adjutant, do I have a quorum?
Yes, sir, we have it.
All right, I'll ask the Post Adjutant now to provide a brief reading of the last meeting's minutes.
There's not a whole lot to highlight other than your attached reports there. Hopefully you've all read those. Does anyone have any comments, corrections on the minutes? I see no hands.
All right, at this time, do I have a motion to accept the minutes as published and read?
So moved.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of accepting the minutes as published and read, please raise your right hand. Any opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. I would like to recognize the past commanders who are present. Well, that would be terrible if they were president. Or okay, you never know. Stan Walden,
Thank you, Commander.
thank you for coming out.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Bill Dolan. Thank you. Please remember to keep Bobby Boss in your prayers. I check on him often. He's still suffering with dementia, but he's still with us. And so that's good news. And as I've mentioned before, Jim Carmona, who transferred his membership to another post, is dead to me. I'd like to thank Bridgeway Hospice. They're gone now, but they left their cake, which is always good. I would like to thank them for coming out tonight. Neil Dearborn. Where's Neil Dearborn? Neil, welcome. You want to come up to the mic and tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
My name is Neil Dearborn. I'm a 4-year Navy, basic training through Vietnam, 18 years in the Air Force, 18 and a half. Retired in 1987, and since then I've been a Legion rider for many years. My wife and I have just recently moved here from Wisconsin, and look forward to breaking a sweat here in Georgia very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. I promise, any day, sir. Any day. Also, dear Navy, take that. Any visitors tonight? Do you have any visitors tonight who haven't? Sir, ma'am?
I'm a member of this.
It's your first time as a member? All right, you hang on. Are you a member? All right, you come up and tell us a little bit about yourself, or stand up, either way.
Stand up. My name is Frederick Burns. I'm here from Wisconsin too. I'm looking forward to breaking the sweat as well. I spent 4 years in the military services.
What branch, sir?
Army.
Army.
And I'm here just to see how it goes.
All right, well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Member who we haven't seen before, you have to come up. Come on up and tell us about yourself. The flag, me, whatever you want to do. Here, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Benton. It is my first time. I came, I got a card, but I never actually could make it to a meeting. I need to be a little louder. I can be louder. There you go. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Let's start over. My name is Jessica Benton. I've been, thank you, sir. I've been a member here for a couple months, but I haven't been able to make a meeting until now. I came in hopes to kind of rally you up to get you guys to learn some protective classes as far as CPR, firearms. Anyone like to shoot? Yeah, I thought so. I was 8-year Army vet. Thank you. Military police, one tour in Afghanistan, was SRT. I did all that whole stuff. And then I got out and decided to get my bachelor's degree in Homeland Security Emergency Management, and as well as my MPA. I'm currently an emergency manager over at Rockdale County, and I'm seeing there's a huge need for us to get back out there and start training people again to protect ourselves. So if anyone's interested, I'll leave my business card, and I'm gonna start attending these meetings regularly, so you don't think I'm just here trying to sell you something. Thanks, guys.
All right.
So we're super glad to have you for so many reasons. We take national security and all of that very seriously here, but also you're not Navy. We have so many Navy people in this post that every time I have a meeting, this place rocks back and forth and back and forth. And so anytime we get non-Navy people, I'm excited. Thank you. I am jealous. I am, because C5s were so smooth. We didn't have that whole rocking back and forth thing, so it was good. Do you have any Space Force veterans here tonight?
Come on.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of God. Could one of you just re-enlist for a minute so I can quit asking? I'll keep asking as long as I'm commander or until we have one. So I appreciate that. So I want to note a couple of things. First of all, tonight is the State of the Union. And for those of you that watch it, God bless you. I never watch it. I read it because applause takes no time to read. But it takes 20 minutes in real time, right? So you can read the State of the Union in 10 minutes. But we're going to try to speed round this tonight, so those of you who want to see it can see it, and I appreciate that. I had several people reach out. Also, it's Mardi Gras. Normally I'm wearing a tie up here and a suit coat, but it is Fat Tuesday, which around here we just call Tuesday. And so, welcome. I would be remiss this week if I didn't mention Ukraine. And I want to talk about Ukraine, not for what's happening and all of the terrible things. And if you want to talk to me about the world cornering a mad dog and what that might mean, and the resistance and what that means to my heart, I want to talk about the people in this room. Those of us that have been in the service this last week, week and a half, have paid particular attention to what's going on. And I know that if it were our homeland, everybody in this room would stand up. Everybody in this room would grab a weapon. Not that you don't have them, but everybody would get one, and we would stand up. And I have been impressed with what is patriotism in Ukraine. And I have been impressed with what the Russian soldiers have tweeted back to their parents about, we came here thinking that we would be conquering heroes, and instead we're fighting street to street. Because that, my friends, is what patriotism is all about. And as Americans, I think it's worth noting that for many years we have kept our enemies over there. And may we continue to do so. Yesterday, I drove to department headquarters. If you've not been there, it's an unimpressive building in Stockbridge. It's one step above a Quonset hut. It's brick, but there's not much to it. And I dropped off the nomination paperwork for one of our Eagle Scouts to be the National Eagle Scout of the Year. So those of you that don't know, we support 3 scout troops. We have many Eagle Scouts. I have some that are working on their Eagle projects now, Life Scouts that are trying to move up. But Jay-Z Camacho and his family brought me his Eagle Scout of the Year paperwork, and I was pleased to deliver that to the department adjutant yesterday. So fingers crossed that we have a National Eagle Scout of the Year. I would like to thank Bill Dolan and our Sons of the Legion for leading on President's Day the Heroes, Flags for Heroes effort here. a large group of people from our riders, from our Legion, from our auxiliary, all turned out and put flags out on graves in Monroe and one of our cemeteries here, and then went back the next day and took them up. This is what we are as an American Legion. A lot of our mission is remembrance, and it was important to me not only to commemorate that was done, but also to nod to Bill Dolan and thank you for all of your efforts in coordinating that. For those of you that haven't figured it out, I've had COVID again. So starting a week ago, I sat around my house with fever and looked out at the lake and went, this sucks. I am fully vaccinated and boosted and had COVID in January, and I've had it again. But what pleases me is that this group of people that I count on here and in the audience as officers have stepped up and covered for me while I was recuperating. And in fact, tonight when I'm done here, I'm gonna bolt out the door because my wife is about 4 days behind me and still very sick. And so I'm gonna go take care of her. But I appreciate the fact that as an American Legion, we're still very much service members. We're still taking care of each other. We're still covering for each other. And that means a lot to me. All right, so post-news. Our historian is not here tonight, Steve Lindgren. He had heart surgery yesterday morning. I checked with his daughter this morning. They did an ablation to help with an AFib problem. It did not work, and so they immediately put in a pacemaker. Steve is fine. He's hungry, which she assured me means that he's okay. I want to mention again the Corporal Ayers Scholarship. Anybody that has a senior in Walton or Gwinnett counties, please make sure that they turn in their essays. We're coming up on the end of this. We give out a scholarship every year and $1,000. The last couple of years we've given out 2. And I would like to have as many seniors in Walton and Gwinnett counties send in their scholarships as possible. District news. I talked to Larry the other day. There's nothing. Department news. Spring conference is coming up March 25th, 26th, and 27th at the Sonesta in Duluth. And so if you have any aspirations to learn more about the Legion, it's a great place to go. You can hang out actually in the National Defense. There's a group of meetings for national defense that you might be interested in. It's at the Sonesta, and we can get you more information. Legion National News. I don't have anything more than I had last month, where we talked about the fact that Legion National is still sponsoring a race team when the rest of us are trying to house homeless veterans. And so I'll leave that where that is. So I'd like to ask the finance officer to come up now and give us his illustrious report.
Okay, good evening. If you picked up the finance report on the back table, you notice that our balance, if you look over at the far right corner, our current balance is $30,710.41. And our post savings account, we have $41,620.25. This does not include the check that I wrote today. Tom will probably, before we conclude the meeting tonight, tell you all the things that we've done so far as supporting our homeless veterans here, which has become our mantra, so to speak. I will tell you on the positive sides of our finances and looking at our income from bingo, we made 10,000 more this month than we made last month. And on our game machines, we didn't do quite as well, but on the grill income, we made about 2,000 more. On raffles, we made 6,000, which is opposed to $45.75 last month. But on Wits End, and this is not all of it, $8,980. That is an adjustment for what we owed from last year. So we have, and I just took a check to them today for $49,980. And this is for veteran support. And I requested from Audrey, the person that kind of oversees all the things that we do there, that about helping us out with coming up with a straight ahead room rate, and see if we can't get some of this stuff to the point that it's more manageable. That was for the January, February support for veterans room assistance. And electric bills and things like that, it's important, but it's part of what we do, just keeping the post open and functional. I would like to thank specifically the American Legion Ladies Auxiliary Unit 233 for their continued assistance with our veteran support at for homeless vets. They've been giving $500 a month since this started. Their first installment was $5,000, and then they've been giving $500 per month towards our help of homeless veterans and maintaining to keep them off the streets or from living in a car or a truck or whatever it happens to be. We have a very important event that would be a lot of fun for all of us to do, even me who has arthritis in his right hand, to do the golf tournament that directly benefits us, and that's sponsored through the Holy Cross Cathedral here in Loganville, right? Right. We have some wonderful backers for this particular endeavor, and they've raised how much? 10,000?
10,000 so far.
About 10,000 so far has been raised. So you're cordially invited to take one of the forms that we have for entry, and it's a limited field. I think 120 is the max. That's $100 per person. And remember, it's a fundraiser. So it's not like, don't go looking for bargain basement stuff. The whole idea is to raise money. So in so doing, you'll have a good time, and there'll be good prizes on the different holes offered, right? I think, yeah. Raffle prizes and all kinds of stuff. So it's really going to be, I think, a lot of fun, and I'll get out there with my hand, and I'll be just because of how I hit the golf ball now, I'll be a handicap to whoever has me. But anyway, it will be a good time. It will be a worthy cause for what we're doing, and it will be something for some camaraderie with all of us veterans. Let's see, and it's held at Providence Golf Club in Monroe. If you are looking for further information about the details of our financial report, I've got that. Of course, I've got that up here at the table, and I also have a detail of what our Clover reports. Our Clover is our point of sales that we have for everything that goes on here. If it goes everything, whether it's credit card or whether it's cash, it goes through there. What you see there on your printout of the P&L is actually a cash report. Okay, if you see MTOT next to something, that means it's a credit card. So that it should all match up at some point or another. But we're doing well in spite of all, financially we're doing well in spite of all that we're doing, but it's going to take a lot more from on all of our parts here at the Legion to be sure that we can maintain good financial stability and maintain support for these veterans that are in need. And that's our primary objective now. is to support fellow veterans and their families and help them get on the right track one way or another. And we are fortunate to have really good teams here with the Veterans Service Officer and with the staff that Susie's got. It really makes a difference for these veterans to be sure that they get the things that they need to have. Are there any questions? Yes, sir. Stan.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you taking my question. Would you go back over the figures on what we're spending per month just at Wits End?
Yeah, Wits End. Okay. The numbers that I've got from last year are somewhere around 130,000 just last year. And I just gave them a check for about 50,000 this year. And this is for veterans and their families. We do have programs in place. We are working with Audrey at the Wits End to be sure that the room rates are not inflated. We've actually got Carol Smith has helped me a lot with maintaining the fact that the room rates are correct. If they're not, then we call them and ask them questions. But this is for folks that do not have a place to stay. They're either staying in their car or some have even stayed out here in the pavilion without our knowledge.
And the 50,000 is just for January and February?
Yes, sir. The 50,000 is just it's $49,980. $989.
Do we have a way of tracking how many are repeat?
Yes, sir. We do have a way of tracking how many are repeat. Many of these veterans that are there are long-term stay, and that's part of the deal is that they're there for quite some time, and they are involved in getting into programs and things that I hope will get them. We do have some success stories of people moving on. But
and are these programs that they're the repeat people, are they from Walton and Gwinnett counties, or are they outside those counties?
They're primarily from Walton and Gwinnett counties, but there, of course, are going to be some others that are there that have just ended up here because this is where Loganville is where they ended up. And
so if someone wanted to take a look at this,
yes, sir.
We have a way of tracking those people and how long they've been there and how much they repeat month after month.
Yes, sir. The question was, do we have a way of tracking the attendance, the rooms of these people that are here for great periods of time? Yes, sir. We keep track of every person that's there. We do.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question. Any others? This is everyone's that's putting money in and time into this. This is a part of you. This is a part of what the Post does. And if you have questions to ask or concerns that you have about this, feel free to ask. I mean, that's what we're here about. We're all a part of the Post. We make the Post what it is. And okay, your questions are always welcome. And your assistance is always welcome. There are things to do here that don't necessarily involve going out to get money or anything else. We've got veterans that need to have assistance with getting a wheelchair to them, and we have those here. Or we might have somebody that needs to have a hospital bed. We have those here as well. It's not just about the money that we're here. We're here about helping other veterans that are in great need. And we've all talked about this, the executive folks here, all the people that you see here, Mike and Susie and Frank and if Ralph were here. We've all talked about this. It's like, how can we possibly help these people not just, get away from this? How can we help them turn their lives around? And this is something that should have happened when all of us went into the military, we should have been said and told, okay, look, there's a VA that's out here and we're enrolling you in this now. And here's what they're going to do. And it's not happened, and it still doesn't happen, I doubt. And then because of that, we're all kind of looking at the same thing. It's just that not as severely as these folks are that have got no home and have got no place to go, and for some of them, no hope. We're just trying to alleviate some of that and push them in the right direction. We do realize that there are those who will game the system, so to speak. We are aware of those, and we bring those to a halt so that they can go to some other means that would be more helpful to them than what we can within our means, within our finances. I don't mean to toss this off lightly. This is, when I write these checks, it's a heavy thing. Because it's your work, it's your efforts, it's all of our efforts here to bring this about. It's not just, we have the money, so we'll just write a check. That's not how it's gonna work. We really wanna see some kind of progress on the part of the people that we're serving, and to see that they're going to move forward, even if it's just a little bit. And if they're not, then we need to go to somebody who is. And that's what our whole staff is working on, making this happen. I feel very fortunate that we have such good staff people here that can do this and that are willing to give their time and their efforts and their expertise and their really intelligence into making this all happen. But my phone is, most of you have got my cell phone numbers. So if I don't answer, just leave a message and I will call you back. And I'll try to give you as completely a clear answer as I possibly can. Okay, this is my State of the Union message for you tonight. Any other questions? I'm sorry, Commander, I took too much time.
Okay, we're not even in discussion yet.
We want to make sure we hit that applause.
I know.
All right, so can I get a motion to accept the finance report as read pending audit? Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? So I have a point. I would like to, let me bottom line all of that for you, because I'm a bottom line guy. When we reopened after we were closed for COVID, and this is not a reflection on my predecessor, we were $75,000 in the hole. We had just done the floor. We had repaired the building down there, which seemed like a great idea when they told us we were going to be closed for 2 weeks. And instead we were closed for 4 months with no revenue. And when we reopened, we started from there. And in the last 15 months, we have spent over $200,000 housing and feeding homeless veterans. And we're still solvent.
Amen.
Look at the numbers. We're still solvent. Can we continue like this? Hell no. But have we done this so far? Yes. And have we done it alone? No. So I want to mention again that Fish reached out recently and gave us $15,000 to help offset our bill with the hotel across the street. And they're working to give us more, right? We're aware that we're not alone in this fight, but we're also aware that this fight will eventually level out. I want to give Susie credit. She reached out to me this week, one of our long-termers. And I want to be clear about what I mean by long-termers. So we have people that have been with us for a long time who are able, and then we have people who will never get better. We have at least 2 veterans, and Mike came to me today. He was very excited, and he'll tell you about this later. We have 2 veterans over there that, for one reason or the other, the VA is not paying what they should be paying, who are living in wit's end, and they're not going to wake up tomorrow and feel better. They're not going to go get a job, right? These are people that are profoundly disabled, and we're supporting them. And so our service officer is working to increase their ratings to be commensurate with what their actual disability is. And he's making great strides there. But we do have people that are also able, but not making great strides. And so Susie and Frank and others, they have buckled down, and they have gotten rid of the people who we think were maybe taking advantage of us. And the people that weren't making great strides are making strides now. And so we are happy for that. We're happy to see people graduate from our care. We have a lot of success stories, and I don't have time tonight to share them with you, but we'll go over all that. All right. So all that to be said, any other discussion on the finance report? All right. All in favor of approving the finance report as read and presented, pending audit, raise your right hand. Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, committee reports, and again, speed round. Post operations and membership, Mr. Accord.
I think we're doing real well on renewals. We have 416 renewals. We have 34 new members, which is exciting, and 26 paid up for life for a total of 476. So anybody that hasn't renewed, please renew.
All right, so Legion Riders, Joe Leeper is not here tonight. He's actually off with Monster Jam. Do you want to cover that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so Fred Seiler.
Assistant Director. Okay, membership. We have a total of 34 members on the rolls, 26 Legion members, 5 auxiliary, and 3 sons. Tonight we have 8 present. On finance, as of 2/15/2022, checking account had $31,844.25. The Jonathan Ayers Scholarship account holds $13,683.42. On Americanism, there are 8 riders that reported 2,206.8 miles and 58 hours. Activities on February the 9th. The riders participated in a flag line and escort for Deborah Johnson of Post 110 in Monticello. Deborah was an ALR charter member and officer. We also participated in Post 233 Sons of American Legion flag laying and recovery on February 20 and 21. On February the 15th, we hold our first official Ride for America meeting. And we held our first official Ride for America meeting, and we, let me see here, and a lot was accomplished. The next RFA meeting is March the 18th at 7 p.m. at the Post. If anyone would like to attend and or assist. And that's from your director, Joe Leeper.
So from the Post side, I will say we have traditionally provided the lunch and prepared the hall for Ride for America. As much as this is a huge fundraiser for our riders, it's also a big deal for the Post. So if you're interested on Memorial Day and you want to come out and help serve barbecue and just handle the crowd, because we'll have 1,000 people here or more, please let me know over the next couple of weeks. All right, so Sons of the American Legion, Mr. Dolan.
All you tall people. Okay, I'm told I have to do this very quickly. So I'll give you the synopsis, and we filed reports with the adjutant that has all the detail in it. Anyway, 324 flags and flying flags for Heroes event, February 20 and 21. I appreciate the commander acknowledging me, but it was everybody. We had people from every single entity on this campus, including the Boy Scouts down there who came out and helped us. So it was wonderful. I was just overwhelmed with it. Do you want me to go ahead and do Boy State?
Sure, do it.
Okay. That's the short version. The longer version is that long, so. Boy State, as the Boy State Committee Chairman, I have sent out information to all of the local high schools, which includes the public schools and the private schools, and the homeschool group. I've sent information off to the Boy Scouts, the CBs, come on, who's our other group down there?
Civil Air Patrol.
Civil Air Patrol, there we go. So they've all got the information. Basically, if you know a rising senior, which is a junior now, going to be a senior next year, and they're interested in learning about government, this program is a week down in Barnesville, Georgia at Gordon State College, and it is a fantastic thing. They will be worked hard. It almost killed me last year. So it is a lot of work, but it is worth every minute of it. So if you have anybody that's interested, get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to get them the information.
Thank you, sir. All right, blood drive. Mr. Record?
Jerry couldn't be with us tonight, so he asked me to step in on this. We had a successful blood drive on the 4th with 36 good units of blood. So that was a real good success. Also, the next blood drive is May 26th. So if you can, sign up for that, and we'd love to take your blood. The Color Guard had no activities the last round, so nothing to report there.
All right, maintenance, buildings, and grounds. Mr. Burwell.
Not a whole lot to report on maintenance. It's just an ongoing thing. We see some needs fixed, we fix it. I will say that I'm going to try and match up some paint, so if I got any painters out here, the meeting room down below needs to be redone. I know we have we have paint down in the train building, but that paint's, when did we remodel? 8 years, 9 years ago. So I don't know how good that would be. So we'll just end up having to get some more paint and do that. So if I got any volunteers, just let me know. That's it.
All right, so baseball. I'll shortcut this because I don't even want to talk about baseball right now, but I will. The team that we are supporting is out there and they're doing well in tournaments. That's the Gwinnett Grizzlies, or the Georgia Grizzlies, and so we gave them our sponsorship check and they're off playing baseball, real baseball, without any sort of, bargaining or negotiation. So we appreciate them. So I'm going to skip over special events right now. We'll talk about that later. Service Officer Mike Madsen.
Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michael Madsen, and I am your veteran service officer. I'll stretch this out to about 9:30.
He wants his 30-day chip, okay? Come on.
Let's see, I had 33 appointments in February. Yay! Yay! It's a lot of you guys sitting in that room talking to me. Let me give you just some insight on what a day like today can be for me. My first appointment was with a surviving spouse. The VA, in its infinite wisdom, sends out about a 16-page form. Folks, about halfway through this, we were both crying, and I was holding her hand while I was trying to type the form. The next information I got was the sweetest woman that you can ever imagine that God has probably ever put on this earth, that's in our homeless program, was awarded 50% disability today.
Yay.
That makes the most incredible change in her life. I don't know if anybody else in this room, other than myself, and most of y'all know my story, I was homeless for 18 months. But someone who goes from not really knowing where tomorrow's meal is going to come from to suddenly receiving almost $1,000 a month, it's life-changing. And she was so thankful. On top of that, another gentleman in our homeless program who is confined to a wheelchair, he's basically, now his body has really kind of given up on him. He has leg ulcers that have to be bandaged daily. We got him, thanks to Tom, we got him in a super heavy duty chair. He is shorter than me and about 4'30". So you can imagine. He called me from Kroger's. He hasn't been out of his room in a couple of months. He called me because he was in Kroger's. Little things to us, guys. Little itty-bitty things to us. But amazing to the folks that we're taking care of and their gratitude. I finally, after 4 months of almost every other day trying to file his claim, I got his claim submitted today. I don't know what's going to come out of it, but he's been in VA treatment for the last 16 years. The deal is VAMC, medical care, and compensation and pension, they don't talk to each other. Same letterhead. They don't talk to each other unless we bridge that gap with a claim. Now he's going to get to go back to treatment. Now he's going to get some financial compensation. He's never, like Tom said, he's not going to wake up tomorrow and go, hey, I feel great, I'm going to go get a job. That's not the folks that we're dealing with. I can tell you through my research, 70% of all homeless veterans have mental health issues. Folks, we're the American Legion. We don't do counseling. We do the hardcore, boots on the ground support. We put folks in a shelter and we give them some food to eat. Remember this, if you remember anything from the stuff I say, every last one of us is in a different boat, some in canoes, some in yachts. But you know what? The storm is the same for all of us. That's my report.
Thank you, sir. You gotta follow that, Susie. Vector, Susie Fitzmaurice.
You can stick your tongue out.
Not going to be able to top that one, so thank you. Good evening. As we close out the month of February with the Vector Committee, I wanted to take a moment to highlight 3 men who helped share in the battling of the increasing issue of veteran homelessness in our county. Firstly, Mr. Frank Miller, my right and left-hand man. Without him, we would not be making the forward motion with our new software program that we are. Also, he is now at the Legion on Monday and Wednesday evenings in my place. He has taken over the role of mentor for our group that is housed over at Wits End in flawless fashion. Even though he isn't with us tonight for this meeting, I wanted to tell you how grateful I am for everything that he does for this program and for these men and women. I also, of course, would like to acknowledge the ever-present Mr. Madsen, our BSO, with whom I bounce almost anything veteran-related off of. He is my rock, and I would hazard to say that this program would not be as effective or as streamlined as it is without him. He devotes hours upon hours doing his own BSO work and then assists us with our program at night and on weekends. It's not lost on me what you contribute, Mike. Words will never convey how much I appreciate your time and advice. Thank you. And thirdly, Mr. Ralph Mullins, who has suffered some serious complications post-surgery as of late. He is also a mentor as well as a vital member of this committee. Even though he is going through some rather difficult health issues, he is still texting me, calling me, emailing me, and just plain caring about his duties. I have never in my life met a more tenacious and strong-willed man, and very much look forward to getting him back in our group. Prayers and get well wishes abound for you, sir. I am appreciative, as always, for your sage candor. I also wanted to take a moment and share with you a typical bingo night at the Legion. This could be any Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday evening, or Sunday afternoon. The Vector program sees veterans in need of assistance at the Legion, for the most part, whenever bingo is occurring. Yes, crises do happen outside of these time frames, but most situations can be resolved by either our committee members or executive team during these hours. For now, Frank will meet with anyone in need of assistance between the hours of 5 to 8 p.m., typically on Monday and Wednesday nights. Sometimes he works later, depending on if there are new intakes from Operation Rally Point. He writes vouchers for them to stay over at Wits End, provides gift cards for food if needed, inputs information into our software program, and schedules future visits and care. It is high-pressured, tense, and requires incredible empathy. There is no time for passing judgment on those in need. They come to us for help, and we agree that we will not leave a man down. Many on the executive team can take care of the bingo crowd a good bit easier with Frank on the job. Now that you have a better idea of some of our members and who some of our members are and helpers are, I can share with you what we've been up to. Just a few of the highlights within the Vector Committee for the month of February are as follows. We had several graduate and leave the program. One female is going back on active duty. She regained custody of her children after having been separated from them since October of last year. Also another female is trying to go active duty. We have another who has just finished with us and is now working and heading out to live on her own. Another male who has been with us, Tom mentioned, since August of 2021, just found a forever home in Midtown Atlanta and is checking out at Wits End for the last time as of this date. He checked out yesterday. His phone call to me over the weekend was as positive and uplifting as you'd ever want to hear. He cannot wait to pay it forward. In other news, we have had several vets who are now approved to locate housing on their own through our SSVF Hope Atlanta. It's not an easy process, but it's one step closer for them to regain their traction in this new world that they have found themselves navigating. As of this moment, we are still currently housing 16 men and women and have out-processed 6 individuals to other local programs. FISH, the Faith in Serving Humanity, and their executive director, Cindy Little, are still taking emergency care packages to the inn on a weekly basis. We continue to rely on them for support with food and care and look forward to another sizable donation soon that will help to pay down our bill at the end. It is one of our overarching goals to continue to look for other partners to assist us with this program and its needs. Again, thank you for all your support for God and country.
All right, Mike, you suck compared to that.
She got you. Yeah.
Children, Youth, Schools, and Champs. Paul Williams, anything?
No change.
Nothing. 40 and 8?
No change.
Nothing. Let's move on. Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, Mr. Clifton.
Always something. Always something. Kids are sitting still, there's a problem.
That is a true story. And if you can't hear them, that's a problem too.
I want to make it short and sweet. Troop 5535 is the only troop scout organization from the Legion that got their recharter done in time, so I'm going to give you their report first. Julie's troop, they have 10 scouts, 6 adult leaders, currently so far. We have a couple crossing over, it's going to be here this month, starting this month. Troop 535, we have a new Eagle Scout, Hayden McMillan. Congratulations, Hayden. And we also have 3 pending Eagle projects that people are working on right now. So we're hopefully going to have 3 more Eagle Scouts here in the next month or 2. Pack 3536. We had a meet and greet Monday with DeKalb County Fire and Loganville's Finest. I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you to them as well. They did a great job coming out. Probably scared a few people with the lights on out there. But they got the kids excited about that stuff as well. That's all I got for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Speaking of Loganville's finest, for those of you that don't know, one of our Sons of the Legion, Drew Henry, has recently joined as an officer, and he was featured on their Facebook the other day. And I was tickled because he looked like a little kid. He was standing next to a little girl giving him Girl Scout cookies, and I was like, this looks like a kid giving a kid cookies. But one of them has a gun and a taser. It was the Girl Scout. So, all right. So we're gonna skip a bunch of stuff here. I got a report from the Sea Cadets. So for those of you who don't know, I am trying desperately before I am done as commander here to get rid of those 2 damn trailers that are back here. Thanks to Mike and a bunch of other people, they built in some storage, so the Sea Cadets have been able to move their stuff out of that trailer and into the train building. And so now I can get rid of those 2 trailers, hopefully before I'm done. Let's see, Civil Air Patrol sent a written report. We'll just attach that to your minutes. VAVS, John, anything?
Nothing new, Commander. They're still on hold for helpers at the hospital. They're not letting anybody in. No books and magazines.
All right, well, thank you, sir.
Keep your books, get rid of magazines.
Yeah, so if you are still storing magazines, by now your wife is furious. So get rid of those and keep your books. And we'll take them here if they don't take them. But I look for that to break free in the next 6 months or so. Things.
Not even that long.
Not even that long. So things are starting to move. I look for that to free up. But thank you for your continued checking, John. I appreciate that. Historian, again, Steve Lindgren went in yesterday for heart surgery, and they tried to do an ablation. It did not work, and they did a pacemaker. He's hungry, so his daughter says he's fine. So hopefully we'll hear a report next month. The Health Equipment Lending Program. Every month I stand up here and I talk about our partners and who we're giving stuff to. This month I want to talk about Ralph Mullins. Those of you that don't know, Ralph Mullins had back surgery, and then like me, in the same time frame, we had COVID at the same time in January, and now we have COVID at the same time now, but he's 80 and just had back surgery. And so Ralph went in for back surgery, and we provided him a walker, and he was out of the hospital for about a minute and then had pneumonia, COVID pneumonia. And so his son reached out to me and we provided him a hospital bed. If you want to know why we keep all this stuff here, it's for that, right? It's for you. It's for anybody here who needs that stuff. And I want to call out Al. Al, stand up, please. Al, right now I have a high-end wheelchair at my house, and I heard tonight that Al has several. Al is one of our great providers of healthcare equipment. He collects metal. But in his spare time, he also collects health equipment. And anytime he gets something good, he brings it to me, and we turn it back around. And so if you are a veteran or know a veteran or even just someone from our community that needs durable health equipment, let us know. We're happy to provide that. Any other committee reports? Did I miss anyone? Special events. All right, so I want to talk a little about Ride for America, but I'm going to let Stan do that. Go ahead, sir. You have 3 minutes. Go.
That's good. Thank you, Commander. I appreciate all the time. I'm going to report from right here. Right here. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Good deal. Good deal. One of the main things that I'd like to say is Ride for America. Joe wrote this. Our director of the Legion Riders wrote this. And one of his on the topic on one of the first pages you see is how big. Ride for America will be as big as we make it. As big as we make it now. So I am soliciting help from every one of the Legionnaires here. I've got in here the route. The route is changing again this year. We're going back to Madison if you're interested in that. We're looking for a Grand Marshal. Try to get in touch with Joy Jones. If you know who Joy is. He's a double amputee, and he's a thought contributor. He would bring a lot of attention to this post and Ride for America. Quilts of Valor will be back again this year, but one thing I want to highlight on big time is that there will be breakfast for the first 600 riders and the people that work too. Tom is pretty well loaded this year. He kept sticking his hand up. When he didn't, we would point to him. But to let you guys know all the things that Post 233 is doing, parking lot breakdown once we leave Post 233. Main hall setup for the morning of is Post 233. Food, kitchen, and cashier, Post 233. Parking lot setup on Sunday evening at 4 o'clock on the day before Memorial Day is all members. At the end of the day, event day, the cleanup is all members. So there's just a lot of things that go on with Ride for America that you can volunteer for. But the main thing that I want to mention is I'm holding this folder, and this folder, if anybody were to be interested in getting a sponsor for Ride for America, I can coach you on what you may need to know before you go to see those people. And secondly, if you're interested in getting a raffle ticket prize, those start off at $500. If you're interested in getting just a door prize, it could be something as simple as where you have nails done, Susan. And Mike, where you go to Weight Watchers, some of those type places, you know. Any of those.
Wow, that was a shot.
So if you're interested in any of these things, just let me know and we can go over this. But the things that I've named over, your commander's looking for people. Sometimes he's pretty kind. He thinks he's got plenty of time, but we got all of March, all of April, and most all of May. That seems like a long time. But the director, Joe, and myself have been working on this since the first of the year. First day or second day of January, we started working on this. So there's a lot of things that's already been accomplished, but if there's anything you want to volunteer for, go to the commander, myself, our director, or the assistant director, Fritz Holland, and we can get those things accomplished. And if you just curious on any other things, talk to me after the meeting, because I do have what we refer to as the 2022 Ride for America Bible laying right here on the desk. That's one of the reasons I stayed here to give my report. Commander, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, how important is this to the Post? How important is it? So let's start right off the bat with year after year after year, the American Legion Riders have donated $10,000 from the proceeds of Ride for America directly to the Post. I have not asked for that this year because I'm a rider. We've held that in reserve. That is yet potentially to come. The riders are sitting on that money, and I'm not going to ask for it, but the time is coming when we may need it. Every year, and Stan was kind to say this year after year in our riders meetings, but other posts, especially their riders, spend month after month going, I'm going to sell these raffle tickets, or I'm going to sell this barbecue, or I'm going to do this. Ride for America means that our riders in a single day raise more money than most posts raise in a year. So if you're available on Memorial Day and want to come out and help, come help. And it'll be worth it for you, I promise, because you've never seen a show of patriotism quite like that day. It's amazing.
It's actually fun.
It is actually fun. And again, this year, as commander, they've offered me my opportunity to ride in a car and go like this.
Hopefully you turned it down.
Or to sit on my bike and go like this. And so I'm going to ride.
Amen.
So there you go. So we've got that going on. All right. Any other committee reports? Anybody I missed? All right. Hearing none. Any old business from the floor? Any old business? Hearing none. We'll move on. Any new business? Any new business? Mr. Clifton, I'm really disappointed. Come on, let's go.
Anything closing time.
For those of you that don't know, not only is Matt our scout leader, but he's also a Marine. So, there you go.
Woo, 64
If it's killing them there. All right. I have a proposal to make for our Vector program. They need resources, and I challenge every member to reach out to all our businesses and business owners for a donation or written commitment. And we can issue receipts for tax breaks and purposes such as that. A good challenge also has a reward. If we reach $5,000 or more in donations, I will gift a firearm of your choice under $1,000 from X3 Firearms to the Legionnaire with the highest dollar amount of donations. This will begin starting today until May 3rd.
All right, so one more time. Go ahead and say it. Turn the mic up so close to your mouth and say it again.
I challenge every member to reach out to all business owners for a donation or written commitment. We can issue receipts for tax breaks. As a reward, if we reach $5,000 in total donations, I will gift a firearm of your choice from X3 Firearms under $1,000 to the Legionnaire with the highest dollar amount of donations, beginning today till May 3rd.
Thank you, sir. So that's not a motion, it's a challenge. So if you want to bring in sponsorship for the Vector program, you have an opportunity to win the firearm of your choice up to $10,000. Is that what you said, sir? $1,000. Okay. So while you're there, though, you should also ask them about Ride for America. Any other new business from the floor? Any other new business?
Talk about this guy.
You can. Let's get to the good of the order. All right. So anything for the good of the order from the floor? Anything for the good of the order from the floor? So I want to start with Roy. Hang on. Roy, come on up.
A lot of people stole my thunder here tonight somewhat, so turn your minutes to the last page. Will you please open that up? And I don't know whether we can tie in what Matt said with getting sponsorships for the golf tournament, but that might be an opportunity both ways to help. It's still helping Vector and helping our vets. But we need help. A little bit of background on this. I'm a member of Holy Cross Church over here. And our men's group started talking about a golf tournament. And then we said, how can we raise money? Or who can we send up money to? And I said, well, the Legion, we're doing a lot to help veterans. And everybody jumped on that. So the whole idea of this golf tournament is to raise money to help the Vector program and help vets in need. So what we need is some work here at the Legion. We need help, maybe a committee. If somebody would like to, I will try to head it up or help with it. But we need some members to get involved in this. The church, the group from the church, we've raised about $10,000, maybe a little more already. But we need sponsors. We need whole sponsors. If anybody wants to, you can jump up to a gold sponsorship. That's $5,000. But anyway, I think all of you know some business owners or somebody that, might sponsor a hole, which is $250. And we need, how many golf here? Man, we're striking out there, aren't we?
They're not being honest.
Yeah,
Why don't you just say how many people attempt to play golf?
Yeah, well, that'll work. That'll work.
How many
Yeah.
own golf clubs?
So it's $100 each for a team of 4, so $400. But can anybody help with this? Anybody interested in helping with this? Well, we have a lot of volunteers here, don't we? But we need some input from the guys here to make this work. And the goal is to raise maybe $25,000. And I think we can do it with an effort both from our church and from this group. Anybody have any questions about it? Well, if you do, come see me, and hopefully we can put this all together and make some money to help the veterans.
When is this golf tournament?
April 11th, that's a Monday. April 11th, yeah. They give Monday. Anything else?
All right, so for those of you that don't know, the last time this post had a golf tournament, my team and I set a high score. This year, though, I'm looking forward because Fritz has talked repeatedly about how crippled he is with his hands. I'm looking forward to coming in second in the high score category. Also, I am also a hole sponsor, so my company will sponsor a hole, and so if you are a small business owner, we look forward to seeing your sign out there as well. All right, so I have one other thing for good of the order from up here, Fritz?
Yep. Okay, this is rather a strange request. I guess sometime, it wasn't that long ago, there was a lady that came to me, and her grandmother or her mother had a veteran living there at her place. And he was in the 9th Infantry Division, and we have a Purple Heart here that was awarded to him 30 November 1968. So maybe, I don't know, Stan, maybe you and the Purple Heart organization could help. Essentially what we're doing is we're looking for this guy's children. They're still alive. He was, he's got a baptism from Connally, Georgia, and evidently he was in Monroe when he died, and so he was here in Walton County. I've looked for records on him, and the lady that brought this information to me looked for records, and we have not been able to find it. The veteran's name is James A. Taylor, and I have his scrapbook here. It's got a number of pictures in it of him, I assume, and with the men that he served with in the 9th Infantry Division, and it's got patches, and it's got some other things in it. So basically, we're reaching out to the survivors of James A. Taylor, who served in Vietnam, 1968-69. He's also got 2 Army commendations in here from different dates. So he's a decorated Vietnam soldier, and the attempt is to try to get this scrapbook back to his children. And any of you that can help me with this or help the post, help this lady find it. She brought it in, called and said she had this thing, so I'm just passing it on to see if we can find his survivors, his surviving family. So it's up here on the desk with me if you want to look at it after the meeting or something, or maybe you even know him, or any of the folks that served at that time in Vietnam, or that are a part of the Purple Heart organization. Maybe you might be able to help with this.
Chris, I know the commander of the local Purple Heart Association, and we'll be glad to contact him. I also have a personal friend that was in the 9th Infantry Division, and the 9th Infantry Division, you guys that don't know, the 9th Infantry Division stayed in Vietnam for 30 months only, but they were the highest decorated unit in Vietnam during that period.
Yeah, he has 3. So if you can help me with this, Stan, that would be great.
I'll take it if you want me to, but if
Sure.
you think it's more safe staying here, I just need his name. And
I'm just kind of putting it out there. Maybe if somebody knew this, this service person, that it would help. Thanks, Dan.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Fritz. Anything else for the good of the order? Oh, thank God. All right, so our next meeting will be Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. Again, we'll have a meeting at 7 p.m. We'll meet at 8 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
we have a second?
Second.
Captain of the Color Guard.
Our colors remain in their place of honor. Right hand salute. Ready, two.
Thank you, sir. Chaplain, please uncover.
Heavenly Father, we come back to you again tonight, giving you thanks for all the support and all the knowledge that was handed out to our membership tonight. We ask that you continue to be with us and continue to make this post the great post that it is in the whole Southeast. Please continue to support all the people that volunteer at this post and all of our leaders and our elected members. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Please recover. For those of you that were late to the State of the Union, I apologize. The State of the Union is being announced. I now declare this meeting of American Legion Post 233, the American Legion Department of Georgia, adjourned.
As we speak, it's being announced.